Every evening, when I look out my apartment window, I see an old abandoned house across the street. The small house looks very creepy. The paint is old and peeling. The porch sags. The windows are covered with boards. It looks like no one has lived there for many years.
I don't know why, but the house scares me. Maybe it's the shadows I see moving at night, or the noises. Creaky floors, bangings, cries. My mind imagines many scary things inside. I don't want to live there, but I can't stop looking at it.
I asked my neighbor Anne about the house. She's lived here for 40 years. Anne said a family died there long ago. She said their ghosts still haunted. Chills went down my back as she told me. Did they die normal deaths or were they murdered? I can't stop thinking about the house. I stare out my window at it for hours. I start feeling like the ghosts want me to help them. But how? Why can I see their house when others can't? There must be a reason. One rainy night, I see a faint glow, like a candle in the window. I rub my eyes in disbelief. No one goes in there. Then I see shadows moving inside. Fear pounds in my heart. Who's there? Why? Are they ghosts of the dead family? I have to find out. The next night, while eating dinner, I hear a loud bang from the house. I peek out my window. One of the boards has fallen from a window. I can see directly inside now. The walls and floors are rotting. Trash piles in the corners. Furniture lies broken. It looks empty, but I need to know for sure. At midnight, I sneak outside with a flashlight. The moon overhead makes creepy shadows. I tiptoe across the street, up onto the sagging porch. Holding my breath, I push gently on the front door. It swings slowly open with an eerie creaking sound. A damp, musty smell fills my nose. Cobwebs brush my face. I am scared to go in, but I have to see. Gripping my flashlight, I take a small step inside the dark house. The old floor groans under my feet. Dust swirls in the flashlight's beam. I want to run out, but instead I force myself to explore further, room by room. In the hallway, I find a torn family portrait on the wall. The faces in the photo look terrified. My skin crawls as my light flashes over it. Around the corner, I discover the kitchen, decayed, debris everywhere. Pots and broken dishes are scattered across the counter by the rust-stained sink, like someone left mid-meal long ago. As I walk toward an open doorway of the kitchen, a sudden loud noise behind me makes me scream. I spin back quickly, heart racing. Just an old window swinging in the wind. With a deep breath, I turn back towards the room, still so jumpy. Peering into the next room, I see a wooden staircase covered in ripped wallpaper leading up into blackness. Where it goes, I can't tell. I shudder thinking of walking up those unstable-looking steps, but I force my lead-heavy feet to climb slowly upwards. My flashlight catches more peeled paint and gaps in the steps. I cling into the handrail, feeling it start to pull off the wall. At the top of the stairs,
I see a hallway lined with 4 half-open doors. My imagination pictures terrifying scenes behind those doors. Gory bodies, ghosts floating about. Focus. Breathe. I creep toward the first doorway on the left, peering in. Just an empty, decaying bedroom. Yellowed lace curtains cling to the broken window. Dusty pictures and cracked mirrors lean against peeling flowered wallpaper.
The next door reveals a bathroom crusted in rust and mold. I wrinkle my nose at the heavy stench. As I turn away, I glimpse. Did that mirror just move? Probably just the jittery feeling this house gives me. The third door opens to another vacant bedroom. My light shines onto a small bed frame with a rotting mattress coated in stains under it. What happened in that bed? My mind imagines terrifying possibilities. Suddenly, I'm overwhelmed with the need to run. But the last room draws me there like a magnet. I have to see. The last doorway opens to a large empty room. Maybe the master room. In the far corner, I notice a spot where the wooden floor is different. Quickly, I crouch for a closer look. Shining my light down, I see a door with a strong lock and latch cut into the floor. My heart races faster. Why? Where does it lead? As I reach for the lock, I hear a deafening crunching noise behind me. I spin around. Across the room, a dark figure races into the hall, then down the stairs. No! I leap up to chase it. What was that? Who is in here? My foot gets caught on the edge of the door and the floor and I trip. I crash down hard through the rotted floorboards into blackness. The breath is knocked out of me. Grasping, I shine my light around. I fall into a small dirt room. The air feels tight and cold. Then in my flashlight beam, I see them. Bones. Skeletal corpses chained to the walls. And scratched deep into every surface, the same anguished words repeating over and over. Let me out! Then a scrapping noise behind me. I spin my flashlight around with a shriek. 2 glowing eyes stare back from the dark corner. The light reveals a woman's skeletal form wrapped in filthy rags, rattling her chains. She opens her mouth in a silent wail, stretching her arms toward me. The other skeletons now rattle their chains too, their empty eyes pleading to me through years of endless agony. I scream and scream. Have I gone mad? Are they real? Without thinking, I claw harder into the dirt wall, sobbing as my fingers bleed. The ghosts keep grasping out at me with mournful cries. After what feels like eternity, I scratch through to reach some cold air. I dig frantically toward those tree roots, squeezing desperately through the hole I've made to freedom in my life. Behind me, the dead keep screaming silently in the darkness. Let me out! Still, I know someday I must come back to lay their tortured souls to rest. But now, I finally escape this haunting prison, bursting from the rickety house to safety, to my home across the street. The next day, as I peer out my window in the daylight, the abandoned house sits empty as always. Just peeling paint, sagging walls, boarded windows. No ghosts that I can see. But I know the truth. and now it is my duty to make sure no one suffers there again. I must set them free.